early life of Mary, Queen of Scots. On a snowy day, mid-December, in Linlithgow Palace, a beautiful baby princess was born, Mary. There was great rejoicing in the land. However, the happiness was not to last for long, because only 6 days later, when Mary was a tiny wee baby, her dad, the King of Scotland, died. His last words were reported to be, "It cam wi a lass, it will gang wi a lass," which in Old Scots means that his royal family began with a girl and is going to end with a girl. Now, we all know that's just silly, but in those days, it was not considered the greatest thing to have a queen. Most people in the land would prefer to have a king. How unfair is that, girls? But anyway, let's get on with our story. Mary's life, from the word go, was not safe. Many enemies wanted to kill her. People had ideas of being on the throne themselves. And she had an uncle to fear, King Henry VIII of England. King Henry VIII of England really wanted Mary to marry his son, the 6-year-old prince. But Mary of Guise, Mary Queen of Scots' mum, had other ideas. She did not want that at all. She wanted Mary to marry the French prince. So Henry, raging mad, did what Henry would always do, sent an army north. And so began the rough wooing. Mary's mum hid Mary Queen of Scots in various castles and palaces throughout the land for the first 5 years of her life. One of the places where Mary was hiding was Inchmahome Island in the middle of the River Forth. If you go to South Queensferry or cross over the bridges, one of the islands down below was an island that Mary Queen of Scots found safety, living with some monks for a little while. However, life got too dangerous. There was no way that Henry VIII was going to give up wanting Mary Queen of Scots, the infant, to marry 6-year-old Edward, his son. So Mary of Guise decided to send her beloved daughter away to France, where she could live with her French family, the King and Queen of France and their children, in the luxurious palaces of Paris. Mary didn't go on her own. She went with 4 friends. Unimaginatively, they were all called Mary. So it was Mary, 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 and Mary. All 5-year-old girls heading to France without their family. They had each other, but they must have had very sad feelings leaving everyone they loved behind. Mary of Guise promised her daughter that she would look after Scotland while Mary grew up in the safety of France. I've included a video on your slide called The Four Marys, and it's a famous folk song that many people think is written about Mary and her 4 friends. It's sung by the Corries in that particular video, and those of you who have been taught by Miss Brown in the nursery or in after-school club might be interested to know that the man with the white hair is her dad. There you are, a little interesting fact. Our next lesson will be finding out about life in France for Mary. And although she never ever saw her mum again, life in France was good. Until you've got it, another disaster. In fact, 3 disasters. So, hope you're enjoying the story of Mary Queen of Scots. It is really interesting. Like it, William? I bet you wish you wrote a play about her.